What's up, YouTube? It's Zandar the Legend here today with a sponsored video from mtgepic.com with Magic the Gathering from the Vault Realms. Today we're going to be opening up this product, taking a look at it, and seeing what cards I get in this that I can actually use. Before we do so, though, make sure you check out mtgepic.com. It was actually a site before you could buy cards from, but it's moving into a website now that's by the Magic community, for the Magic community. It has forums, blogs, it has live streamers from Magic the Gathering that you can check out on Twitch, and it lets you communicate with MTG Epic. It's actually a pretty neat thing, and I can't wait to see how the community responds to it. And it even has a calendar up for YouTube videos from different content creators, so go over there and give them a check out. This is from the farthest reaches of the multiverse, wondrous places, blah, blah, blah. It's a bunch of land, 15 premium foil cards, including 7 new art, an exclusive spin down life counter, and a guide or something, some book. I love these products because you can just show them off. I mean, you get to see some of the cards right there. I completely forgot it has this Urbolg, the Tomb of Urmoth or whatever. I actually needed one of those for a set a while back. And, well, today we're sponsored to open it, so let's just do that. They have a really cool magnet seal. They open. Awesome product. It's so well done. And really, I think these MSRP for like 39 bucks. I can't remember off the top of my head. They always go up in price because collectors get a hold of them. But really, for the packaging like that for 39 bucks, really Clash packs and stuff aren't too far away from that. So Wizards could always do better. Here's going to be that guide thing in the back. We'll take a look at that real quick. The stories behind the cards, and it talks about all the different cards we're going to see in here in the story behind it. Let's see if there's anyone that really means a lot to me on here. You know, really, since I've been playing, there's only about 3 on here I'm really familiar with. So let's just look at one of these together. And if you want to see the rest, you're going to have to pick up your own one of these. But Urbolg, the Tomb of Yawgmoth, the Dark Island of Urbolg on the plane of Domeria has seen some of the greatest battles in the history of the multiverse. It was Phyrexia's first conquest during its invasion of Domeria and became an epic center of the war to save the plane. Later, the skyship Weatherlight and its crew at last faced Phyrexia's leader, Yawgmoth himself, in the skies over Urbolg. There, Urza's master's plan came to fruition. The Weatherlight became the legacy weapon and obliterated Yawgmoth. And most importantly, it makes every single land a swamp. So it's kind of cool because it makes your fetch land swamps and really vital in some decks. And on the back side of this, we're going to get a picture of, I think it's like the Harbinging Dryad. Is that what the name is? Something like that. We'll go over it here in a second. One thing I really do like on this is the dice. Great protective cover on there. We got 3 different packs of cards here, all completely sealed. And honestly, for as long as it's been sealed, they're not too bent or warped or anything, so MTG Epic's obviously taking good care of these. That'd be Marcus, I believe, or at least I think they came from Marcus. Look at this dice, though. Like, I know it's not like super fancy, but really it kind of is. Only thing that come close to this would be the Dragons of Tarkir dice, and you know they just printed those. Let's go straight into the Urbolg pack because this is the one I am more familiar with. Ruining all value of ever selling this again, but that's okay because we're going to be playing it. Urbolg, the Tomb of Yawgmoth, which I said I have several decks I could put this in. Legendary land. Each land is a swamp in addition to its other types. Very vital for a lot of decks that are out right now and can be played in Standard. The Ancient Tomb. Tap and add 2 colorless to your mana pool. Ancient Tomb deals 2 damage to you. I just don't feel like that's too powerful, even though, I mean, obviously it's in the sex. It's one of the most famous lands. Bosoyu, who shelters all. It enters the battlefield tapped. You can tap it and pay 2 life. Add 1 colorless to your mana pool. If that mana is spent on an instant or sorcery spell, that spell can't be countered by spells or abilities. Now, really, this is kind of like a Cavern of Souls. Is that kind of what it is? In a way. Except for you got to pay life. I don't know. I wonder if Cavern of Souls is in this set. Beautiful card, though. Cephalid Coliseum. Tap and add a blue to your mana pool. It deals 1 damage to you. It has threshold for 1 blue. You can tap it and sacrifice it. Target player draws 3 cards, then discards 3 cards. Activate this ability only if 7 or more cards are in your graveyard. Kind of neat. In Desert, not dessert, it's a desert. Add 1 colorless to your pool or tap it and it deals 1 damage to target attacking creature. Activate this ability only during the end of the combat step. That's kind of cool. I wish that could make a comeback in Standard. That'd be really nice for any type of really strong aggro decks. Put these over here, even though they're kind of blurry just because you guys can see the better pictures up front. Dryad Arbor, that's the land I was talking about. This is a land creature, though. It's a 1/1 forest Dryad. I guess we should take it out of here so you guys can see it a little bit better. Pretty cool card, and that's what the artwork of that poster was about. Murmuring Bosk, land forest, tap and add a green to your mana pool. As it enters the battlefield, you may reveal a Treefolk card from your hand. If you don't, it enters the battlefield tapped. You can tap it and add plains or swamp to your mana pool. Murmug Bosk deals 1 damage to you. So basically, it gets like a tri-land, but you got to pay for some of the other colors. So, Shivan Gorge. Legendary land, tap and add a colorless to your mana pool. For 2 and a red, Shivan Gorge deals 1 damage to each opponent. 3 mana for 1 damage. This is not so hot. I don't see why that's such a legendary land card. Yasova. You may have Yasova enter the battlefield tapped as a copy of any land on the battlefield. That's kind of cool. I feel like that could make a really good comeback in Standard as well. Windbrisk Heights. This was, I believe you got one of these in the modern event deck. It has Hideaway. This land enters the battlefield tapped. When it does, look at the top 4 cards of your library, exile 1 face down, then put the rest on the bottom of your library and on your library. Tap and add a plains to your mana pool. Plains and tap. You may play the exiled card without paying its mana cost if you attack this turn with 3 or more creatures. Yeah, that is definitely the land that you get with the modern event deck, which is really nice because it produces a bunch of tokens, so it's a lot easier to get that out of there. And then our last pack here, Maze of Ith. Tap and untap target attacking creature. Prevent all damage or all combat damage that would be dealt to and dealt by that creature this turn. It's a pretty cool looking card too, on top of everything else. Forbidden Orchard. Tap and add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. Whenever you tap Forbidden Orchard for mana, put a 1/1 colorless spirit creature token on the battlefield under your target opponent's control. I was about to say, oh my gosh, this card is beyond broke. My goodness. That would have been nice. It's still pretty good, except for it kind of floods the opponent's board. Glacial Chasm, or Chasm. It's Chasm. What am I talking about? Cumulative upkeep, pay 2 life, which is terrible. When it enters the battlefield, sacrifice a land. Creatures you control can't attack. Prevent all damage that would be dealt to you. I don't get how you would use this. Leave me a comment down below how you use that and what kind of deck. I don't know. That does not make sense. Now, this card right here, I know for a fact still used in lots of modern decks, and it's really expensive. Grove of the Burn Willows. Really, I think a lot of people might have bought these just for almost this one card. Tap and add 1 colorless to your mana pool, or tap and add red or green to your mana pool. Each opponent gains 1 life. Basically, it's a dual land, and I mean, who cares? I don't really mind giving my opponent 1 life. It's not like we're not typically rushing someone down. And then the last land in this set is the High Market. Tap and add a colorless to your mana pool. Tap, sacrifice a creature, and you gain 1 life. Don't really see that being too powerful unless you're doing it with tokens. Man, the foils on these cards, I mean, wow, that's really cool. Well, guys, that's from the Vault Realms. 15 lands of the most iconic lands from all of Magic. Kind of one big run through right there for you in case you're curious which ones it was. Really cool. And you know what makes this even cooler is it was completely sponsored by mtgepic.com. So make sure you go over there and check them out and let them know Zandar sent you. Thanks for watching, guys. Keep playing Magic, And make sure you hit that subscribe and like button down there in the corner. It helps me out more than you'll ever know.